Hey everyone, Jeremy with Kizer Knives. Today we're going to be looking at the Kizer Sparrow. Now this is a beautifully designed knife by Blackbird Designs, and it's a knife that leaves you feeling like it's a more premium knife than what you actually pay for it. First things first, we're going to go over to the tabletop and do a spec check, and then we're going to go into some of the finer details of the knife, some of the things that I enjoy. So let's head on over to the tabletop and get a spec check. Alright, now that we're at the tabletop, let's talk about the specs of this knife. We're going to start with the blade. You're getting a blade of 3.27 inches overall of S35VN with this beautiful stone wash finish on here. We'll flip it over and you can see there is your maker's mark, and there's the Kizer logo, nice and subtle. Got a long kind of swooping belly that comes to a nice rigid robust tip. We're going to talk more about the cutting performance of this in a few moments. You can see you have an opening hole and a flipper tab, so dual deployment. And you have some not aggressive jimping on the top, so if you want to lock in you can, but it's not going to really be tearing up your thumbs. So overall, just kind of a nice utility, clean, simple blade design, something I really appreciate. Moving on down, we're going to talk about the handle. Everything's going to have this nice blasted titanium finish. All the hardware matches. We'll move it over here. You can see the back spacer matches and the pocket clip matches. I really appreciate that they kept it simple. And one of the cool things about this pocket clip is reversible. We're going to get a little bit closer for you. So there is your reversal tab right there for your pocket clip. And what's nice is that it's built into the knife. So it allows for the design to flow very nicely. You can see that line continues through that tab. Something Kizer's been doing on their premium knives, and it's something I enjoy because it allows the design to be unbroken. You don't have the screw holes here. You don't have a mismatched tab. So that's a nice little feature that I enjoy about the knife. So moving past the fully milled titanium pocket clip, I'm going to talk about the weight real quick. One nice thing they did is they did do a little bit of weight relieving on the inside. There's some milling in the titanium. Brings this to about 4 ounces overall. So I enjoy the fact that this is a full-size knife, but it operates as a compact utility knife, but still brings a touch of design and style that I think Blackbird Design does a really good job on. I really enjoy their designs. So those are your overall specs. Our price is coming in at $159, and I think that's amazing for this knife. And once I talk about the features, I'll kind of tie it all together on why I think this is a great package. So let's talk more about some of the features that I enjoy about this knife. All right, now that we've moved past the specs of the knife, let's talk about some more of the notable features about this knife. Starting with the blade, one of the things that I enjoy about it is a very clean utility design. It's going to lend itself to be a very functional cutter with the flat grind on it. I enjoy that it has a nice robust tip, and this is going to allow you to do piercing cuts really nicely, or if you want to lock into the jimping, you're going to be able to do some more precision work if needed. So the blade also has this beautiful stonewash finish, which as a personal preference, I'm a sucker for a nice stonewash, and Kizer always does a really good job on their stonewash. Moving on from the blade, we're going to talk about the handle. Now real quick, the handle is a very kind of slim, clean design with these flowing lines. But it also lends itself to being very ergonomic in the hand. It's not cumbersome, so if you have to do a lot of processing or cutting tasks, it's not going to be cumbersome or tire out the hand. It's going to be a very comfortable knife to use. Now, we can't talk about this knife without talking about the action. So this has a very reliable flipping and closing on it. It's going to be very smooth. The closing is going to be somewhat of a subtle hydraulic feeling, kind of just a nice, clean, smooth, buttery closing. And in this video, you'll be able to see how it just opens and closes very nicely and reliably. And one of the key things that I want to talk about is with a frame lock flipper, it's really hard to dial that in. Some knife companies don't get that right when they make these frame lock flippers. And what I mean by that is once your fingers touch this frame lock and you go to deploy it, sometimes that will result in what's called death lock, where the knife will be impeded when it goes to open. Now with Kizer, they dial theirs in, and as you can see, it's a very reliable flipper, and that doesn't impede on the knife. So when you take all of these things and you put them together, this utility style clean looking blade with this beautiful and functional handle, and you give it that nice smooth opening and closing action, these are the things that I mean when I say it gives you a more premium feeling than what you're just paying for. And with the price of $159, I think this is a no-brainer. It's been done very well, and it's something I've been enjoying carrying. So I'm very curious, if you have a Sparrow, what do you think of it? If you don't have one, do you plan on getting one? And yeah, as always, we appreciate your feedback and comments below. So let us know what you think about the Kizer Sparrow. Thanks for watching. Have a good one. We'll see you guys all next time. Take care, everybody.